I knew that Andrew had a knack for football probably when he played flag football when he was in first and second grade. He just took to it right away.
And he also won, I think it was fourth and fifth grade, the punt, pass, and kick competition at the Giant Stadium. I think it was called Giant Stadium then. He was up on the big Jumbotron twice. So I think it was then.
He's a really good team player. He wants to win, and he wants as much as he wants to succeed. I think he enjoys when his teammates succeed.
I call him the cheerleader. He is the person who runs into the end zone when somebody else scores a touchdown, picks them up. He's the one who pats you on your back when you drop the ball.
He's a first-class citizen. He's a true leader in the locker room. He always includes. He's very inclusive of everyone.
A monster athlete. I mean, he's this big kid, great athletic skill. Before I really got to know him, and now that I got to know him, he's much more than just a great athlete. He's an amazing person.
He's a good character. He's nice to everyone. He cares for everyone.
He's a great leader. He tells people how they should be acting. If they're messing up, he tells them that they got to get their act together. He's very rigid. He knows how to conduct himself.
Andrew Schultz is someone that will always be there for you. Someone who is nice to everyone, treats everyone respectfully.
On the field, I think I'm the biggest competitor. Always want to win. Definitely try to push myself to be the best that I can be. Off the field, definitely try to be the best student, best role model for people who look up to me. Definitely take more competitive classes in school and just try to be a good person.
In June of 2015, the Eastchester community suffered a really tragic loss, and that was the passing of Nick DePippo. Nick was a student athlete at Eastchester. I believe he graduated in 2010. He was a basketball player and he was a football player. My wife and I are friendly with Al and Kathy DePippo, Nick's parents, so the whole experience of his passing was tremendously difficult for all of us.
It hit us emotionally pretty hard.
When he died, the whole team was shaken up. His father came in to speak to us, told us that we needed to play on another level for him.
After I spoke to the players, I felt I left them with something that maybe that they could take into the season to help them win. What I asked them to do was to dedicate themselves to the team activities, and what I mean by that is to be there for each other, to dedicate themselves by working out, and to keep themselves clean off the field.
It was really emotional for me because I had known Nick, and it really touched me and gave me even more reason to want to go out and play this year for him, and definitely want to succeed for him, and essentially like we were playing for him.
My son was about family and dedication definitely to the sport of football, but more to his players and coaches. My son wasn't just a rah-rah guy. He would play very hard, and he expected everyone to put out that 100% effort. That's the message that I want to get across to the players.
They came up with the idea of taking Nick's number, which was number 31, to have a decal made, and the decals were placed on the back of their helmets.
We were playing for his spirit. We put his number on the back of our helmets, and he was always in our hearts, and he was looking down every time we stepped on that field. So we had to make sure that we represented him, his family, and East Chester High School as we stepped on the field.
First game of the year, Andrew was a highly ranked receiver in our section. Our first game, thinking that his stats were going to be, 5, 10 catches, over 100 and something yards. He had 1 catch. I overheard him on the bus. Somebody says, ain't you upset? You didn't get too many passes. And he goes, I don't really care. I just want to win.
I know one week Al came and helped him out with some wide receiver stuff, and it really paid off on the field.
He worked with me, just getting off some stalk blocks and stuff. But he really took me under his wing this year. And
I felt almost compelled to go to the second week of practice and ask Coach DeCarlo if I could work with him. When Andrew was asked to come over to me, he didn't come over with his head down. He came over with a smile, and he came over with a handshake first. And I asked him if he would like me to work with him. His immediate answer was, of course, he wanted to get better.
We also had a family tragedy when Andrew was 15. His cousin, who was also 23, died tragically. And I feel like Andrew had a very strong bond with Al after that. He wanted to do whatever he could to make Al happy or comfortable or proud of Andrew because he no longer had Nick.
The whole year he talked about he didn't want to disappoint Mr. Pippo, and he was a lot more serious. I mean, he was serious to begin with, but he just seemed focused.
he showed me how I really should play the game of football. Like, play every play like it's your last. I kind of wanted to essentially play for him because he was hurting this year a lot, and I kind of wanted to fill the role of a son that he had lost. But this year I really wanted to play for him and try to make him proud as well.
Al had an impact on Andrew, but Al made it clear to this coach that Andrew had made an impact on him. And that was a very special moment for me. And that's something that I'll hold and remember for a long, long time.
Having the heart of a giant, I think, in my mind, is doing things greater than yourself for the better good. For your community, for your school, in the world in general. I mean, seeing the bigger picture. Andrew's one of our leaders for our Student Athletic Council. He helps with our Eagle Impact program, which gives back to our community and our town and our school. And Andrew symbolizes that so well. He sees the bigger picture. It's not just athletics with Andrew, even though he's a phenomenal athlete. It's making sure every kid on his team is participating, feeling comfortable in class. I see it also. And he's just a great kid, really, really mature for his age.
I think the heart of a giant is not just being the best player on the field, not being the best athlete, not having the best statistics. It's truly caring for your teammates, truly caring for the people in your town.
It takes commitment, it takes dedication, it takes perseverance, it takes character.
He's always looking out for other people. He knows how to conduct himself. The way he acts as like a role model to everyone in this community, he's a great example of what we should strive to be.
Anything he does, on or off the field, he's always giving it his best. He has dedication to it. He always wants what's best for the team and not for himself.
I believe that Andrew Schultz does have the heart of a giant. He's always smiling, even when we were losing. He'd always smile, inspire belief into us that we were gonna win, that even if we lost, it would be okay.
Andrew has a heart of a giant because he is a dedicated individual to what this cause is all about, and that's helping others.
For me, the meaning of having the heart of a giant is really going out and playing every single play like it's your last. You never know when you're going to be able to stop and look back on these memories that you had, and you're really going to miss them. And with Nick, who passed away, he didn't go out that night thinking he would pass away, but you just have to live your life every single day like it's going to be your last.
Being committed and teamwork, and Andrew does have a big heart, so I just think he's all that. He is the heart of a Giant.